Hello guys, welcome back to another video. This is the Football Connect. So the game finished Manchester City 2, Chelsea 0, and I think it was a good game, to be honest. When you're looking at it, if you're just watching it as a person with no dog in the fight, it was a good game because one thing I could see from both teams, it looks like all of them, they are really trying by means to find the fitness, to find consistency, and you can tell just by looking at how the game was going that maybe Chelsea had an upper hand in terms of fitness rather than the City team. Remember, we have to talk about this. City beat this Chelsea team by 4-0 with the young kids, and vice versa. Looking at today's game, it felt like Chelsea were really strong, and they did put some fight in the game. And I think the only person who's to blame in terms of losing this game, I have to say, is the manager, Maresca. His decisions actually took away the threat that Chelsea were actually putting in the game, and it left everything like this. But anyway, before I even go far analyzing the game, do me a favor, click the like button, subscribe to the Connect, the best way you support us here at TFC. The other thing that I want to talk about, which is really fun, Pep Guardiola, since he has been a manager, he has always had ball-playing players that are very good. Let me tell you something crazy which just was actually revealed to me before I came live into this video. Erling Haaland became the first player under Pep Guardiola to play 90 minutes and only have 3 passes. Only 3 passes the whole entire game, and he was playing. And today, it's really funny because if you watch him today, it felt like he was really active. He was moving, trying to show some things. Somehow he had 3 passes the whole entire game. Does that make sense? I don't know. I want to hear from you people because that shocked me. But anyway, let's talk about the game really. City, of course, came as strong as they can be. Kovacic playing as a DM, and I think, of course, what made it even more easy was the double pivot he was playing, trying by means to help out Kovacic. So Bernardo Silva was one guy who was working very close to Kovacic, but also going forward. He's already playing the double pivot, which of course Arne Slot has now become accustomed to and actually known for. But one thing you could see in terms of movement, in terms of what's happening, there was that double pivot, and they had that front 4 up forward. Remember, a back 3 of Gvardiol, Diaz, and Akanji, and a double pivot of Luis, Kovacic, as well as the front forward. Oh, actually, Bernardo Silva was up front. Luis was actually next to Kovacic. And we also saw Doku playing on the right, who actually switched with Savinho on the left, and Savinho was playing on the left, who actually ended up playing on the right. Haaland up forward, Kevin De Bruyne and Bernardo Silva just behind. It was an interesting game, really, to be honest, because the City, as much as they're playing, they're not really 100% there in terms of fitness-wise. They were trying by all means to control the game because they were losing in some of the cases. But most of the game, when you're actually being honest, the team that actually played today's game was Chelsea. Even when you look at how the game was moving on, they did brought out a fight. I felt like Nkunku, the other one is what's his name? The lad who came from Manchester City. So Nkunku, Cole Palmer, as well as Lavia and a bit of Caicedo, they were really in the game. I was really impressed by Romeo Lavia. It felt like he is playing. Remember, there was an analysis video that I did last season, if you remember, when I was talking about Conor Gallagher and how important he is going to be. He is for Chelsea, and how much he helps the team to actually playing that double pivot, playing next to Caicedo. Well, today we saw something interesting under Maresca. Of course, now we know that Enzo Fernandez will always play as that number 10 holding player, and on the other side was Nkunku and Palmer. Then Jackson become the guy who does the rest. So Lavia and Caicedo, both players who have defensive characteristics in them as well as attacking. It's amazing. When I'm talking about attacking, I'm talking more of Lavia, and defensively, mostly more on Caicedo. It was amazing to see how these two were playing so well, linking up, helping up, trying to fight and win the balls in the midfield to make sure players like Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne will not actually waste time on the ball. And it was amazing. They were really putting so much pressure. They wanted to get the opportunity. They wanted to open up this City team, but but somehow they just could not do enough to get that upper hand on the game, to actually get the win that they needed, because everything that they were doing, they were working forward to get a victory, and that's one thing that was missing in this game. And I think if this game continues, if they continue playing like this, I feel like they are actually going to be very, very good going forward. But the interesting prospect was this: Kovacic came to hunt Todd Bowley and Clear Lake down. Remember, they sold him to City when they were starting to create their mega Chelsea, which is one of the biggest, and he was playing as a DM, the protector of City, in terms of, he was literally playing the Rodri role. And I think he did it so well to perfection that we did not see so many slip up. They tried to attack on the other side. Of course, Rodri, when you look at him, is like a superhuman. But in a way, looking at how the game was going, they were trying by all means to control everything, but you could see at the end of the day that it was just a matter of time. They should have actually done more. They should have gone forward to try to hurt this team, and I felt like they failed to get the job done. And I think on an honest situation, you have to really give some respect over how the situation went on, and you have to put some respect to him, because scoring that second goal, it was just a matter of amazing, something that you can hold on and say, wow. So he has this in his, according to some Chelsea fans, he has never scored that kind of a goal at Stamford Bridge. Yet he came back to Stamford Bridge and so showed what he's learning under Pep Guardiola. We always talk about how Pep Guardiola is really good at getting the best out of players. And today I think we got to see a glimpse of what they're capable of doing. So, what can you say of the game? Players that I can talk about who were really exciting to watch today, it has to be Cucurella. I think he gave both Savinho as well as Doku problems, as well as Gusto. He was trying to cross it in, but not so much in the moment. And Fofana, I felt like Fofana and Koiwu could be the best defense that Chelsea has at the moment. If they stay fit together, they'll be really, really good. Sanchez, by the way, a player that so many people have been talking that he has to go, came back, and I think he actually kept Chelsea in the game for a long time with some of the saves he pulled out. On the other side, my problem that I had with Chelsea, Nicholas Jackson. What happened to the finishing? That's one thing that was lacking. I think the one who was showing that he could score was Cole Palmer. And I think the one that Jackson actually scored, which was an offside, it was Cole Palmer's kick, which came out of the goalkeeper and he scored, and it was offside. Nicholas Jackson has to be decisive in scoring the goals that he gets, to getting the opportunity to shoot, make advantage of that. And the other player that I was really disappointed in is actually the captain, Enzo Fernandez. I did not see so much from him. He did not offer so much to help this Chelsea side going forward. Even though he was being too pretty, touching the ball, moving with the passes, what you need to do as a number 10 is to become the creator, open up chances for the likes of Nkunku and Palmer to be lethal. I did not see so much from that. In fact, I was seeing that from Romeo Lavia. Somebody who's playing in a double pivot was actually offering more going forward than what was seen from the captain. So these are some situations that they can work on. These are some things that they can really improve upon and actually become a better club. But I just feel like they should have done more, and they should have won this game in the beginning. It should have been over. Yet we are here talking about this. They did not finish up their chances, or their attack felt like they were going somewhere. Of course, in some moments, City looked like they were really vulnerable. It felt like it was going to be easy for Chelsea to take advantage. When you try to remember the moments, you actually remember in some of the moments when the goalkeeper had a shot and I think he punched it and he had to control it with one hand because it was going to go in. I think that was in the end, as well as in some point where the player, the defender, I think it was actually Gavadio, who had to run in, and so many Chelsea fans thought it was supposed to be a penalty because of how much the pressure that Chelsea were putting. I think the mistake that I felt from Moresca, what he did, was taking out Romeo Lavia. You took out somebody who's literally controlling it. Remember one thing that we know about City. City are well known for their midfield in terms of how they protect and they move with the ball. Taking out the player who's disturbing them to have control in the midfield is actually allowing City to have advantage over you. And that's what I felt like what Moresca did when he was taking out Romeo Lavia. Of course, you have $1 billion team. I get it, £1 billion team. You can put anyone you want to put. But the players that you have put in the pitch, they're actually good and they're stopping everything that was happening. But when you took out the Lavia, the Kovacic goal doesn't happen. because he literally walked and passed through the whole entire midfield of Chelsea and shoot, and nothing the goalkeeper could do. He tried to push it, but he hit the post and went in. That was what happened, and I felt like that let down this. So all in all, we are all gonna give some respect to Romeo Lavia. We are all gonna talk about how good Kovacic was, how he came back to Hunt City, talk about Haaland scoring again, always becoming the goal scorer as well, making history, becoming the player with the fearless touch under Pep Guardiola as a manager. Or talk about Kevin De Bruyne trying to show class, but today we did not really feel so much of him, because mostly it was because of Lavia and Caicedo. They were all over Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne, which made it so difficult for them to even try to play the game. So say whatever you can say, look at it in whatever mindset you can, but it was a good game which demanded some serious defending and some serious attacking, and that's exactly what I felt like we saw from both teams. But you can only judge a game with the ones who actually finish their chances, and in this case Haaland scored an amazing goal, as well as Kovacic scored an amazing goal, and those were the decider. There's so much that this Chelsea team can work on. They can improve in so much if they keep playing like this. I actually want to see the game that they're playing next. So their next game is gonna be against, let's see. That next game is gonna be, of course, they're gonna be playing in the Europa Conference League on Thursday. But Wolves is their next game. They're going to the Wolves Stadium. You could see a good Chelsea there. You could see what they're capable of doing. But in today's game, I think they just did not take their chances, and I think that's what let them down at the end. And somehow here we are talking about how they should have taken advantage, how they should have won. Yet we are here talking about how they failed. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What do you think of Chelsea versus Man City? Who was your man of the match? I think in this case, we have to give it to him. You have to give it to Kovacic, because that goal, for me, allows him to earn everything, because he took out the pressure in which they were facing when Chelsea were attacking, and literally took out the energy out of the Chelsea squad. And we saw Todd Boehly going out, and some people think that he's going to try to hold the checkbook, because just a few more signings, this will be a stronger team than it is already is. Thank you very much for watching. Let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. What are you expecting? Click that like button, subscribe to the Connect as well. Go subscribe to the Football Connect LFC. The best way you can support us, I'll put the link in the description as well. I'll put it to appear here. Click it. The thing is just straight on my nose. I'm out. Subscribe to the Connect. Peace.